Welcome back to the Dormy.com channel. I had a few people ask me about some tips on how to film models. This would be a good example on how not to film a model. But why do certain tricks work and certain ones don't? For this example, I'm going to use just this one model, which is my newly painted Tron Dreadnaught from the Assault on Blackreach set. One of the best ways to film models is to film at a downward angle so that the camera can use the base table as something to focus against rather than trying to pinpoint the model. So if you wanted to film against something, you can also do it in this way. Now, you'll notice that after I put the black background against the model popped out a little bit more, looked a little bit brighter. The logic behind that is that the camera looks for the brightest thing and identifies it as white, even if it's not white. So as I have this table as the background, it does the color correction based on thinking that the table's white and makes the model darker. By making things darker all around the model, it makes the model, something on the model, stand out as white, and therefore makes the model a little bit easier to see. Some other tricks. Light is very important, but if the light behind your subject is too bright, again, the camera will search for it to be white and make everything else blurry and dark. So again, if you film at a downward angle, now you can see the model and a lot of its detail a lot easier. Tripods are also a very good thing to use. As you can see, I'm actually filming mine, so I'm not using it in this video. But they help with camera shake and keeping everything steady. Another trick is to make sure that your model has multiple sources of light. So, for instance, I'm using the window here as a side lighting source against the model. But I also am using the light in the room, and it's coming down at a slight angle. What this does is provide the light from the room fills in some of the shadow from the outside light, providing a little bit more depth on the subject that you're filming. Having steady hands is pretty critical. I clearly am not having that today. Again, if the camera can't identify some place to focus against, oftentimes the model will be blurry, which is why you'll see Bootleg Tattoo bring the model in and use his hand as a backdrop. This gives the camera his hand as well as the model as something to focus on and makes it easier for the camera to pick up on the distance it needs to focus against to focus on the model.